will be having a little bit of discussion on conceptual design, and then we are going to discuss about problem identification. So whatever has been discussed, retracing the conceptual design steps. So first is opportunity identification, and then analyzing the need and concept generation, concept evaluation, sketching and rendering, and solution selection. And detail design, engineering design, and then there are also other steps which are involved in product design, detail design. So these are basically the conceptual design stages. So what do you mean by concept? The concept in conceptual design, when you have conceptual design, it is the need of the target is being identified, and alternative with the product, concepts are generated and evaluated, and one or more concepts are being selected for the further development and testing. So what is the concept? A concept is a description of the form, function, and features of a product. Detailed design, we already discussed that when we discuss about and identify the materials, size, and then information, geometry, other things. Then consumer need identification. Consumer need identification, in consumer need, it is a process of identifying and determining how the consumer wants a product to perform, and the customer needs are non-technical, it could be, and from there we have learned that how we are going to convert to more kind of technical specification, that is called design specification. So in this, the outcome of this stage is a list of needs and wishes. Needs are basically which is actually need of the user, and the wishes are that is good to have. Okay, so a lot of examples are there in these aspects. And then product specification. Product specification is a technical document. So in conceptual design, the first thing is about opportunity identification. There are several ways you can identify the opportunity, where like in a problem that you are facing, what kind of problem which you are facing, like students, they may be facing with the hostel, maybe the mess is not giving them good food, or maybe it is dark to walk from the classroom to the hostel during the night time. I have problems with the environment. Environment is sometimes it is hot, sometimes it is cold, and what is the things we should do, and what is the best way we should do. These are the problems which we are having. Circumstances. Circumstances means, take for example, somebody has missed for a student level, somebody has missed attendance. So what can be done? And then circumstances, like sometime maybe some examination got delayed, and it is very near to another examination or on the same day. So these kind of circumstances are also there. Then problem due to constraints. Constraints are, time is one of the biggest constraint. Students may not have time to study all the subjects equally in all the days, and so that can be a constraint. There may be other constraints also, that family constraints will be there. Many people are having to travel from one place to another place to come to the college. That may be another constraint. So I'm trying to give some examples of students and in academics, but it could be applicable for any other areas also. So problems related to technology. Technology means, if you see, the technology means there are so many technologies which are available. So somebody may have a tablet, somebody may not have tablet, somebody may use laptop, somebody's laptop is maybe old. So there can be issues with the technology. Somebody may not have a good mobile phone. So those things are problem with the technologies. Even technology, sometimes we would like to have certain technology which is not available right now with us, that maybe automatically the recording should be there in the classroom. So those kind of technologies maybe we expect to have, but doesn't have that easily. Not the technology not there, but those things are not accessible to all of us. They probably relate to society. There are so many problems which the students will be facing. they'll be facing about what kind of issues are in society. There may be some people who are not good in like societal problems. Take for example, like students may be going out at the night, so and that is not acceptable in many times. So this can be a problem. Global problem is like climate change is a global problem. The security is a global problem. Food security is a global problem. Local issues like take for example, some cities may have very high emissions. Then so that can be some of the issues. Then lack of resources is another big issue. So what is the thing? These are some of the kind of ideas which we can explore to find out the problems which we need to solve. And you can list down the working as an opportunity to and outcome of the steps. You list down the problems and select one of them which can solve and keep the resources available. So next is list down the criteria for measuring the solution. So now we can have exercise on this one and see what kind of solutions are coming for a particular problems. So now need analysis. Once we identify a problem, we need to assess its commercial value and how it is important to solve it. So can a company make profit out of it, and does the problem is for larger number of people? And to find out, we need to do need analysis. So analyze the need to solve the problem, people's point of view, and finding out the generic issues of the problem. And to find out, we may need to conduct a study. And once we are convinced with the need, we can list like need and wishes. So need and wishes. Take for example, in the for a like take for example. In a laptop, student's laptop, what are the need? Need is that one should be able to record one should be able to do computational work, or one should be able to type the things. One should be able to view the videos which is shared by the college faculty. However, these are needs. Wishes are, what are the wishes? Like sometimes student may think, okay, I wish that my laptop will be having big screen. I wish my laptop will have 5G connectivity, and I wish like my laptop may have something like 2 TB hard drive. Those things are wishes. It's not required. 500 GB hard drive is also fine. 2 TB may not be required. Somebody may have a very high HD display screen or full 4K display screen. That may not be required for a student, right? So those are all wishes. So we have need and wishes. So the product must satisfy all the needs and may satisfy the wishes. However, people purchase a product not only just for wishes. They also purchase products which are satisfying the need. Those who are satisfying the need only. But apart from that, people also purchase products which are not only satisfying the need but also the wishes. So good to satisfy the wishes, but the wishes need to be satisfied later. First is the need of the product should be satisfied first. So now, if we wanted to identify the problems, and the first thing is identify the aim of the study. So take for example, I wanted to understand what is the need of a laptop in a student's area. So then the first thing is, the aim of the study is to understand the need of a laptop, what kind of specification we should have, what kind of laptop a student need, and that can be done. That is the aim of the study, and what kind of student population we are using. Then gather up the data. Gather data means there are various ways which you can gather data. Like you can ask the students, all the students we can ask face-to-face, telephonic, computer assisted. Nowadays computer assisted, a lot of data is being taken. Then observational studies. Observational studies means where we observe the students and see what kind of work they are doing. So they may be taking notes in the class, they may be doing some assignments, they may actually sometime maybe during the off time they may watch movies, they may also see something which is they can learn some of the courses online in YouTube they can learn, and NPTEL they can learn, okay, other courses, MOOC courses they can learn. So these are the things which one can actually understand if you wanted to understand the need of the students. You have to do observational studies. Interventional studies means the designer or the person who is looking for a solution, they actually mix in the group of students. So they act as if he or she is also a student, and then do the activities of the students from the morning to evening, multiple days, and then see what kind of things they need, what kind of questions they ask, what kind of problem they are facing. And then the next thing is also literature search. Literature search is maybe there are some other people who have already done these studies, published in some journals or conferences or in books, and there we can refer those books and identify what kind of need they have identified for the students for this particular product. Another thing is questionnaire. That is nowadays is very common. We make a questionnaire, take for example asking what kind of laptop you need, what are the specifications, those things, and give it to the students. Then we are going to gather data. More data is better, but it's sometimes not possible to collect lots of data. So we need to use statistical analysis to find out how many participants we need. Then we will take the data, analyze it. We can put it in a spreadsheet. We can put it in other ways. You can use the software also. There's so many softwares are available for analysis, data analysis, and then summary, trend analysis we can do, statistical analysis we can do. So maybe there's some for laptop. Maybe this trend analysis may not be showing anything. But take for example, somebody wanted to design a kind of bicycle for students. So then the statistical usage, trend analysis will be depending upon the time. Sometime requirement will be high, sometime requirement will be low. So this kind of analysis can be done. The summarization need. Summarization need means all these needs we are going to summarize, categorize into need and wishes, and then we are going to understand what exactly the students are going to need. Then express it as I told, that need and wishes. So need of the need for a laptop for the students, we can list these are the needs, these are the requirements which need to be satisfied. Then wishes are, these are the wishes which need to be satisfied by the user, which means here it is the students, number of students. And then once we have this is going to get we need to convert into product specification or product data specification, and that we are going to learn a little later. How's the quality function deployment? To understand the problem in depth, especially to identify the requirement of the customers, and also to make and convert these to technical requirements. House of quality or the quality function deployment is one of the technique which is often used. There are of course many various other techniques. This is one of the technique which one can use. So quality function deployment. Quality function deployment is a process used to define customer requirements and convert them into detailed engineering drawings, engineering specifications. QFD is used to translate customer requirements, or VOC, that is voice of customers, into measurable design targets and derive them from the assembly level through the sub-assembly and component level production. So there are levels, different one, level 1, level 2, level 3. Today we will be learning about level 1 in more detail. QFD, that is quality function deployment, was first developed in Japan by Yuji Akio in late 1960s while working for Mitsubishi Shipyard. It was later adopted by many companies, especially Toyota and especially for their supply chain. So why this is used? Often customers tend to express their likeness, like mobile phone or camera or laptop. They want something like looks good, then fast acting, for something like remote, it should be ergonomic. But for companies, this kind of little bit slightly vague statement is difficult to actually make a product out of it. So they convert this into quantitative requirements, and QFD is going to help in this regard. So it is a comprehensive house-like structure. It is having house-like structure on it, and that is the reason it called house of quality. Basically, manufacturers and production faculties can use this quality assessment and for also prioritizing the need and technical details. So first thing is, in the slide, that QFD, the first thing is the customer requirements. There are multiple requirements of the customer. List down them. We'll see in a short while a complete example of this one. Then these requirements which are given by the customer is ranked in terms of importance ratings. Then there are technical requirements. Technical requirements is the requirements or the technical specification or technical terms which are there with respect to the product which you are trying to analyze. Once we have this technical requirement, we are going to list it down and then we are going to have a relationship matrix. We learned about this metric now. After this relationship matrix, we will have also a correlationship between these metrics, between these technical requirements and how these are related to each other, how these are influencing each other. Apart from this, we will also have comparative analysis, the right, and down the technical attributes. And ultimately, we are going to have technical evaluations. So if you say the customer requirement is what, technical requirement is how, comparative assessment is now, and ultimately the technical attributes are what we are going to do later, what we are going to get, the actual attributes. So let us take an example. Let us take a bike design. So when you try to find out the requirements of a bike, the mind of the user is going to tell various requirements in terms of qualitatively. So customer requirements can be something like they want speed, high bike speed in their bike. It should be fast. It should have good mileage, because most of the customers are college graduates or recently who got job. So they want mileage is very important for them. Cost is also actually very important. Another term is here which is important. And maintenance, it should be low maintenance. Now, if you want to convert this, so you have to convert this into importance rating. So importance ratings is, take for example, you ask the customers that what should be the most important. So most important is mileage. Next importance is out of 5 basically. So you can 5 out of 5 is mileage, speed is 3 out of 5, cost is 4 out of 5, and because cost is also important, and maintenance, because people know nowadays maintenance is not that very big deal. I mean, many of the bikes, new bikes, they are various maintenance generally low, so they are giving it 3. Now this is the importance rating. If you want to convert this into percentage, you total it up, it is coming to 15. So so 1 is high, 1 is low, and 5 is high. So if you want to convert this into percentage, so 3 divided by 15 into 100, it comes to 20%. Similarly, 33%, 27%, and so on. So this is the relative importance of the customer requirements. So now we start making this house of quality. So now we draw a this line, straight lines, template kind of thing. We put the customer requirements and then importance, and then we are also when we have the customer requirements, we are going to put speed, mileage, price and maintenance, and percentage 20, 30, 33, 27, 20, like this. And the technical requirement is weight is the vehicle, cost, length may be another technical requirement, and engine power, there may be another thing. And then next thing is we have to also understand that what is our goal in terms of design. Ideally the weight should be lower as possible. So aim is to reduce it. Cost, we want to reduce it because there's more customers are going to buy it. Length you can increase or decrease. You can say here decrease. In engine power, we need to increase the engine power, so it should be more. So now if you want to have the importance, so take for example the speed, that is 3, and weight with respect to, first is we will make the correlationship. Correlationship is plus is highly correlated and influencing positively. Minus is less, and minus is the negatively correlated. So influencing negatively. So now if you see that this is again based on little bit of experience is required to make this one. So cost and weight. So generally the weight is increased, cost is going to sometime increase because of the material cost is involved. However, cost and weight and power has relationship, because more weight it will require. So if the weight is increased, power requirement is also going to increase. And cost and length is minus. So all these things you can do this as some of the exemplary relationship between this, but it depends upon the different product to product. Now when you want to convert weight, and now you're going to put this matrix, and then weight, if you see that in terms of speed, the relationship between weight and speed means it is very high. 9 is the 10 is the highest, 0 is the lowest, 1 is less, and 3 is in between kind of. So weight and speed. So weight and speed means so these are related to each other, and it is going to get influence. And similarly, weight and mileage, cost and speed, that is not much, no relationship is there among them. So similarly, we'll put all the data as per our understanding of the product, and then we are going to multiply. So 9 into 20 plus 33 into 9 plus 27 into 1 plus 20 into 1, that is 524. Similarly, we are going to multiply with the importance, weightage, and we are going to get 524, 9, 0 and 578 power, under power. Now if you total this, it will come to 1111. Relative importance it is found out, that is 524 divided by 1111 into 100. So relative importance is 47%, next one is 1%, next one is length is 0%, and power is 52%. Just an example. I mean, it's not that it is a like you can change it according to the requirement. So If we now see the new, which is we are going to get in terms of the speed parameter, the new vehicle which we are planning to make, we are going to keep as 5 as speed, and mileage is little less, price is 3, and maintenance is 3. But the competitor, they are also having A and B assessment of unbiased assessment of the competitor. So you have to know exactly what the speed is of the new vehicles which we are trying to develop, the competitor's vehicle, what is the speed, and then relatively importance of this. So here what we see here, that we assess the competitor's values also, and we put values on this one, so 5 to 4 like this. Now if you want to compare this, we will see that there is the vehicle which you are trying to make, ultimately it is better in some sense for the competitor, but not in all sense. So there are scope for improvement, and the improvement is especially in terms of price, in terms of mileage. So this is where we have to give more importance, and similarly we have to also multiply and find out down of it the weight, cost, and other factors, and then slowly we will be identifying the most important factors which are required, technical requirement for this product. So this is a competitive analysis.